Hi guys, welcome back to my channel Vertex Manoj Roy. Today's topic is coordinate geometry. This is one of the important topic in all the mathematics, even the O levels maths or the A levels maths. Without this, we cannot learn the grids, the coordinates. Okay, the coordinates we are about when we have x and y together. That's called the coordinates actually. But in coordinate geometry, the first thing to know, we are having different formulas. The first is the distance between 2 points. So the distance between 2 points formula is the first formula. Let's suppose we have here 2 points. The first point is here and the second point is here, and I want to find the distance. This is x and x1 y1, and this is x2 y2. The 2 points, and this is a and this is b. If I want to find the distance between these 2 points, I can find, so the formula is the distance AB is always positive. The formula is under root x2 minus x1 whole square and plus y2 minus y1 whole square, and by this way we can find the distance between 2 points. The second is if I want to find the midpoint between these 2 points, so the midpoint formula, to find the midpoint, the formula is the midpoint is definitely here in between these 2 points, the m. If you want to find the midpoint formula is, we have two ways to write this formula. X and y are the midpoints, and if you want to find the midpoint, x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y1 plus y2 divided by 2. This formula sometimes students use, or you can use this way. When x is the midpoint, so we write x1 plus x2 divided by 2 and y is equals to y1 plus y2 divided by 2. This is the midpoint formula. Okay, then we have to move how we can find the gradient of this line. Okay, gradient, or we can say the slope, gradient of a line AB. Okay, if I want to find the gradient of this line, normally the gradient we show with the small m. So the m will be is equals to y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. There is one more formula. Okay, if I use second formula is what we normally use, rise upon run. M is equals to rise upon run, and we can here prove by using these coordinates. What are the coordinates here? The coordinate is 2 and 1. Okay, and here the coordinates are 1 2 3 4 5 6 6 1 2 3 4 6 and 4. If you want to find the gradient, what you can do, you can use this formula, y2 minus y1, 4 minus 1 divided by 6 minus 2 is coming 3 upon and 4, and that's your gradient. Okay, but if you want to use rise upon run, so rise upon run means you have to make a right angle triangle first, angle of 90 degree. This is the run distance is 4 steps, 3 steps, and this is called the gradient is again coming. Rise means this rise 3 upon, and the run is 4. And one thing just very important is when you have this line, I'm just writing here, whenever you have this line here, this line, m gradient is always positive. When you have this line, the gradient is always negative. I mean, when you are moving from this side, this is positive gradient and this is negative gradient. Okay, okay, then again, if you want to find the distance between these 2 points, you can use this formula, and the distance you can find here. Like, I want to give one example first, then we can move. Distance formula AB distance formula is y2 minus 1, 4 minus 1, 4 minus 1 is 3, square is 9, and 6 minus 2 You can even use y first or x first, is up to you. 3 square is 9, and 6 minus 2 is 4, 4 square is 16. So that's coming under root 25, and answer is coming 5 units. Okay, if you see this right angle triangle, if you want to find the distance x, do you know we can use Pythagoras theorem? The 4 square is and 3 square is 9, 4 square 16 and 9 is 25, 25 root is coming what? Again 5? I mean the same way the distance formula we can use as Pythagoras theorem when we have a right angle triangle. Okay, just we have proved that's distance formula and right angle Pythagoras theorem we can. Actually the distance formula is coming from the Pythagoras theorem. Yeah, we have done it. Okay. Now moving to midpoint formula. Midpoint 5 is very simple. 6 plus 2. 6 plus 2. X is equals to 6 plus 2 divided by 2 is coming 8 upon 2 is coming what? 4. And if you want to find midpoint for y, you will use 4 plus 1. 4 plus 1 upon 2, and it's coming 5 upon 2 means 2.5, and that will be here. You can see like it will be here 1 2 3 4 1 2 3 4. 4 is here. This is 4, and this is what? 2 and 2.5. You can even see from the graph it's coming same. Okay. Now after distance between 2 points, midpoint formula and the gradient, we are like have some properties to use here. This I want to write here. Okay. Third formula I'm writing here. Sorry, the fourth. Then what we have, like how we can find the equation of a straight line. This is one of the important topic in coordinate geometry in O levels, equation of a straight line, and we have steps here to know this. After the steps you can understand how we can find or derive a formula for a straight line. Okay, I'm writing 3 steps. These 3 steps are very important to understand. Like step number 1 is what? In the first step, when you want to find the equation of a straight line, you will be having like 2 coordinates. So first of all, you have to find the gradient. Find gradient by using what? M is equals to y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. This is your like first step. Always we need the gradient. Okay. Step number 2. Step number 2, find C. Or C, normal equation of a straight line, general equation is what? Y equals to mx plus c, where m is a gradient and c is the y-intercept. Y-intercept means like a line cutting the y-axis. So I am writing here C, line cutting at y-axis, like y-axis. Okay. So I will also give an example, like whenever the like this y is here is y is 3, so and gradient is suppose 2. So what's the equation now? Mx plus c, m is 2x and c is what? C is 3 in the C. Okay. Again here, this is suppose minus 2 and gradient is suppose again 2. So what's the equation? Y is equals to 2x and c is minus 2. This is the way to find the equation. I mean, what is c actually? C is a y-intercept touching a line with y-axis. Okay. So find C, and how you have to find C? You have to use this equation by using which equation? Using y equals to mx plus c, or from graph or sketch. I mean, you can see this from the sketch. What is C? Like cutting the line y-axis. Okay. But if you want to use this equation to find C, you have to use what? Remember, use gradient and any one coordinate, any one point of the coordinate. This is the step to find C. We are having 2 steps. Number 1, when the coordinate is given, gradient is given, we can find C, or we can use the sketch to find C. Okay. Number 3, what you have to do when you know the value of gradient, use or put the values of m and c in equation y equals to mx plus c. This is the simple way that you can have the equation of a straight line. Okay. I have some examples here, but before that, once again, just I want to say this everything about the coordinate geometry, like distance between 2 points, midpoint formula, gradient, equation of a straight line, and one more thing, like some conditions are very important in O levels maths paper. Is what? Because you should know. Number 5 point I'm writing here, like when two lines are parallel. Okay, when two lines are parallel, like this line and this line, both are parallel. The gradient is m1 and the gradient is m2. The gradient will be always equal. When the lines are parallel, gradient will be always equal. Okay, number 6 point, when two lines are perpendicular. Like these are the basics of coordinate geometry. Two lines are perpendicular. When two lines are perpendicular, what you will write? Like one line is here and second line is here and making an angle of 90 degrees. This gradient is m1. The gradient of this line is m2. So what we write, m1 multiplied by m2 is always equals to -1. Like the gradient will be always -1 when you multiply. For example, the gradient of this line is suppose 2 upon 3. So this will be automatically having -3 upon 2, reciprocal and negative sign. When you multiply, it's coming -1. Okay. Okay, and after this, like I would like to say also something about the graph, how we can form an equation from the graph. With this is what I'm also adding here, point number 7, because the topic is again the equation of a straight line. Okay, when again equation of a straight line, when a line part A parallel to x-axis, part B when a line is parallel to y-axis. This is also very important, that we do not need to find the gradient or do not need to find the y-intercept. We can write the answer direct. What's the answer? The answer will be like parallel to x-axis means like here this is x-axis and this is y-axis, and your graph line is parallel to x-axis. If this is 2, so what you will write? Y is equals to 2, so you can write like A. So when a line is parallel to x-axis, you will write y equals to something, and when a line is parallel to y-axis like this is -3, so you will write y equals to -3, and this is y, this is x equals to -3, and this is y equals to 2. So when a line is parallel to x-axis, equation from y. When a line is parallel to y-axis, equation from x. You can write any alphabet here. These are the complete explanation about the coordinate geometry. Like I want to move here, one more thing here is how we can form an equation from the grid. I want to write here, when the grids are given, you can also form an equation. Like how? This point is given here, and I'm writing like this here. Okay, this coordinate is 0, 2, and this coordinate here is 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2 and 4. Okay, what we need actually, we need the gradient. So you can use gradient by using rise upon run without finding like using the formula. Anything like here, make an angle of 90 degrees. The rise and run is 2 and 2. So the rise upon run is coming 2 and 2 is coming 1. Gradient is coming 1, and what is C from the graph? The C is coming 2. So the equation will be y equals to mx plus c, and m is 1, c is 2, so the y is equals to x plus 2 is your equation of this line. Okay, so when this line is like this, the gradient will be always negative, like negative value of the gradient. After this, finding this gradient and equation and everything, just what you have to remember, sometimes you have to draw a line. So how we can draw this line? Suppose I'm just writing one equation here. Y equals to 2 upon 3x minus 2, suppose. So gradient is 2 upon 3, positive like this, and C is minus 2. This is also, we need something here to write, like how we can draw a line from an equation. So what? C is minus 2. Where is C minus 2? This is C is minus 2 here. Okay. The first coordinate is minus 2. From this point, I have to rise 2 and run 3. So rise 2 is what? 1, 2, run 3, 1, 2, 3. This is the point, and this can be a straight line by drawing a straight line by using the equation. This is, we should know that's how we can draw a straight line from the given equation. The coordinate, like suppose we have y is equals to minus 3 upon 4, and suppose this is minus x and minus 1. Okay, how we can draw this line? To draw this line, what do you have to do? Minus 1. Where is minus 1? The minus 1 is here. This is the first coordinate, minus 1. Okay. Now minus 3 upon 4 means we have to move like this. Okay, 3 rise. 1, 2, 3 rise, and then 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the point here. And we can join, and that's a straight line. And that straight line is y is equals to minus 3 upon 4x and minus 1. So this is a way that we should know before starting our questions. So now, what I want to do here, I want to start the question from past papers. The complete explanation, please go through this notes first of all. The distance, midpoint, coordinates, gradient, equation of a straight line, equation from the graph, gradient. Okay, one more thing I want to add here. You can see this part, the gradient is minus 3 upon 4. Sometimes your equation is like this. Suppose your equation is like this. This is also one point I want to add. This is point number 8. How we can find the gradient from an equation? Gradient from an equation. Like equation is giving 2x plus 3y is equals to 5. Okay. And we require to find what? The gradient from this equation. So gradient means when you want to find the gradient, you have to write y equals to mx plus c. This is your condition. You have to write in this form. Okay. Now, if I want to write this equation in this form, I want to make y as a subject. Okay. If I want to make y as a subject, what I will write? Y as a subject. 3y is equals to 5 minus 2x. Okay. I have to write x first. So I will write minus 2x first, then 5. And this 3 will divide in right hand side. So this divide in both the numbers. So what you can observe now, what is m? M is coming minus 2 upon 3. Please be careful. This is very important. This we can find the gradient from the straight line. Okay, now moving to the past paper questions. The first question is from June 2010, paper 1, question number 14. Just I'm writing in the right hand side. This y like this is called y is equal to x, and this is called y is equals to minus x. Just remember in your mind. Yes? Okay. Moving to this question number June 10, paper 1, question number 14. A straight line passing through these 2 points, find the coordinates of the midpoint. Okay. What's the formula to find the midpoint? What we do? To find the midpoint, we write x, y is equals to x1 plus y1, 4 minus 8 divided by 2, plus, like even you can write minus 8 plus 4 divided by 2, and 10 plus 1, this is comma, 10 plus 1 divided by 2, you can simplify this coming minus 4 upon 2, and this is coming 11 upon 2, and the final answer is minus 2 comma 5.5, and that's it. Part B, we are moving to the equation of straight line PQ. What I told you, to find the equation of a straight line, find m, find c, and put the value. To find m, we use formula y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. So PQ 1 minus 10, 1 minus 10 and 4 minus 8 will become plus 8. This is coming minus 9 upon 12 and it's coming minus 3 upon 4 is the gradient, means this will be like this. Negative is always like this, okay? Okay. If you want to find C, I told you this, to find C we use gradient and any one coordinate. Any one coordinate, you have to use it, okay? And put in this equation, y equals to mx plus c. Y is, okay, what are the coordinates? Is up to you to use P or Q. I think this finds me this Q easier to use. So gradient is minus 3 upon 4 and C and the coordinate is 4, 1. Okay, I want to substitute here. Y is 1, M is minus 3 upon 4 and X is also 4 and plus C. This cancel out, 4 and 4 is coming 3, 1 minus 3 is plus 3 and C is equals to 4. There is a one possible mistake here. I want to write here. Sometimes we have like 1 is equals to minus 3 upon 4 is coming, suppose it's coming 3 upon 2 plus C. What do you have to do here? Please do not do the cross multiplication, 2 multiply and 3 divide, no. You have to do 1 plus 3 upon 2 and find C, or you can take the LCM. But this is a way, please don't do the mistake. This is very important, and I've seen they have, like in the exam we had the question like this we are having reciprocally, but here 4 cancel out, 3 and minus 2 is 4. Okay, now equation finally is what? Y equals to mx plus c. M is minus 3 upon 4 x and c is 4, and that's your answer. Is up to you to just take the LCM, but it's okay, we can write it like this. Next question. This question is from June 11, paper 1, question 24, O levels 4024, syllabus T. Okay, part A. P is given, Q is given, find the midpoint. We have done it. Midpoint is very simple to use the formula, I think so. I don't need to. Okay, I'm doing this. A part is minus 2 plus 3 divided by 2 and 1 plus 7 upon 2 is 1 upon 2. 8 upon 2 is 4, and that's your midpoint. You can write M like this here. Part B. Gradient. Gradient is what? y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. PQ. 7 minus 1. 3 minus 2 will become plus 2. So the 6 upon 5 is the gradient, and gradient is like this. Okay, positive. This is, I told you, this is positive gradient, and this line will have negative gradient. Just remember. Part C, we are moving. The line with equation this passes through the point P. Okay, whenever any line is passing through a particular point, I can put that value. Like I'm writing here this the same example here. When this line is passing through 2, 3, I can put x2 and y3. When this line is passing through 5 and 6, I can put x5 and y6. This is a general normal way to put the value when a line is passing through a particular point. Okay, find K, and the line is passing through P. And what are the coordinates of P? P is minus 2 and 1. So what? X is minus 2 and y is 1. So I will put the value minus 2. By this way, you can get the value of the given unknown, right? So minus 4 plus K equals to 0, and K is coming 4. So the value of K is coming 4. Find the gradient of this line. Okay, I have discussed with you that how we can find a gradient from a straight line. Whenever is given, like to find the gradient from the given equation, what you have to do, you have to convert this equation. The value of y is unknown yet, so K is unknown. K is plus 4. What do you have to do? We have to convert this equation into y equals to mx plus c form. So it means you have to make y the subject. Okay, 2y is equals to minus 3x and minus 4. Y equals to minus 3x, this upon 2, and minus 4 upon 2. Now from this equation you can compare this m here, the coefficient of x, is 3 upon 4, and that means you can write the gradient of this line is minus 3 upon 2, and that's we have done it. Okay, these are the questions from past papers, O-level maths. Okay, this question I think so. Okay, this is also a different type like the first part. Find the equation, the coordinates of the point where the line this crosses the y-axis. Okay, I would like to write something when a line crosses y-axis, write x equal to 0, and when a line crosses x-axis, you will write y equals to 0. This is a normal common thing. Just on x-axis y is 0, on y-axis x is 0. So this way you can get the answer like 2y is equals to 3x plus 15. The first given question is given. Y-axis means x is 0. So what I will write 0 here. 2y is equals to 0 plus 15, and y is equals to 15 upon 2, and that's coming 7.5. That's your answer. The coordinates will be what? 0, 7.5, because if they ask to find the coordinates. Okay, B part, find the coordinates of the point P and Q. Sorry, the coordinates P and Q are given, gradient and midpoint is required. I think so there is no problem to find this. You can do it. We have already done this type of example. Second part, 26, this is June 9, paper 2, question number 1, part C and D. I think so there is no problem to find the midpoint. The length, okay, the length we did not find it. So length is the distance between 2 points. So the A part 2 is finding the length of PQ. We will write, normally we write like this. The formula is x2 minus x1, y2 minus y1. 8 minus 4 whole square plus minus 3 and minus 7 whole square. Now we need the calculations here. 8 minus 4 is 4, 4 square is 16, and this is also become positive. 10 square is, we are writing 100 here. 16 plus 100 is coming under root 116. Because this is paper 2, we can use calculator. 116 is coming 10.77, means 10.8 units, and the units centimeter or meter, whatever we write. Okay, this part B actually is not the question from the coordinate geometry. Solve the equation. This is giving your answer in corrected 2 decimal places. This is a quadratic formula. I'm just writing here. Please, you can solve it. X equals to minus b plus minus under root b square minus 4ac divided by 2a. Next question. A straight line passes through the points P and Q, and this is the question from June 2008, paper 1, question 17. We have number of questions in paper 1 as well as also in paper 2. Straight line P and Q, coordinates the midpoint. I think so there is no problem to find the midpoint, and midpoint, gradient and the equation. I think so we have done this type of question. This you can try. Okay, this is little bit different part because the graph is given, and I have discussed with you how we can find the gradient from the graph and how we can draw a sketch, a line by using gradient and y-intercept. Okay, let's see what we need here. P is a point, Q is a point, find the coordinates of the midpoint. There is no problem to find the midpoint. B part, the line, this is shown on the diagram, is given here. You can see this is y-intercept is -1 or something else. This is not -1, this is something else, we maybe in decimal. Okay, the line, this cuts the y-axis at point. Y-axis x is 0. Okay, this is also given. 0 and -4. Align this line is different. A line cuts the y-axis at point 0 and -4. Okay, let's see what's the requirement. Draw the line this on the diagram. Okay, but what are the problem? Like nothing is given. But one thing here you can observe from the first part. This is very good example of the parallel lines. Part B. What is the gradient of this equation? The gradient, when we write, we make y the subject, x minus 2 is equals to 3y, and subject should be positive. So the y is equals to 1 upon 3x minus 2 upon 3. I divided the 3 like, so gradient is my 1 upon 3. But actually y-intercept is 2 upon 3, that is not here fixed, I told you. Yeah, this is here, this is in like minus 2 upon 3, 0 point something. This line and this line, you can observe one thing, the gradient is same. Yes, if you want to prove, you can just look like, but it's also yes, x minus 3y is equals to k. And if I want to make x as a subject, I want to actually discuss in detail. Y is equals to 1 upon 3x and minus k upon 3. This is the way we can find the value of k by using putting the value here, x and y. But before that, what is my actually target? The gradient of these two equations, same. Gradient is 1 upon 3 and 1 upon 3. It means when I draw a line, that will be parallel to this. Yes, parallel to this line. So, and the y-intercept here is given. What is y-intercept? Y-intercept is minus 4. So what I will write, I will just put one cross here, minus 4. And by using scale, I will keep the scale in such a way that the line is parallel, and that will move like this. Yes. You have to do it like this. These lines are parallel. This is not exact 100% parallel, but you should try yourself. Yeah? Okay. So this is the way that you can draw a line. And this is, you can extend, this is minus 4 is y-intercept. Now calculate the value of k. There are two things. Actually, I have taken this question a little bit lengthy to explain you. The first thing, when this equation is given, x minus 3y is equal to k passes through the point 0 and minus 4. I can put this value, x is 0 and y is minus 4, and k you can get, k is coming what, 12. This is one way. Even this you can put the value minus here, minus k upon 3 is equals to what, minus 4, because this is the y-intercept c, and c is what, minus 4. So again the k is coming 12, and that's, we have done it. Okay, this is paper 2. We have some like difficult question in paper 2. Question number 14. Sorry, this is November 2002, paper 2, question number 3. The first part is the point A and B are given. Calculate the gradient and the equation of the line. I think there is no problem. You can do both the parts. So I think so. I don't need to do A. The points C and D are this and this respectively. Okay, C is given. The coordinates of C are 4, 5. The coordinates of D are P and Q. This type of questions are important. Yes. Write down in terms of P and Q the coordinates of the midpoint. I know this is easy, but actually I would like to use that formula, x is equals to x1 plus x2 divided by 2. And y is equals to, I am not using the bracket formula to find the midpoint. Okay. Write down in terms, okay, x is equals to x4 plus p upon 2, and y is equals to, you can write 5 plus q upon 2. This is the way this you have written the coordinates of the midpoint in terms of p and q. That's done, this first part. Second part, given that the midpoint of CD is 7, 1, find the coordinates. It means now x is 7 and y is 1. These are the coordinates. This is given here. I have to use it now. Okay. So this is the way x is 7 is equals to 4 plus p upon 2. 2 multiplies 14. Minus 4 is equals to p, and p is coming 10. Yes. And when you want to find the value of q, the 1 is y, 5 plus q upon 2, 2 multiply is 2, then 5 is negative, and then q, and q is coming minus 3, and we have done it. Yeah. This is one good example while using the midpoint formula. This situation, Okay, like I want to write something here as a note here. Can you tell me what is the y-intercept in this question? C is minus 2. Okay, can you tell me what is the y-intercept in this question? Yes, C is minus 2 upon 3. Can you tell me what is the y-intercept in this question? This part, this coordinate? Not possible to say this. What is the y-intercept, because this is not 0. So it means to know the y-intercept, this should be 0, then we can have the value of y-intercept with y-axis cutting near C. Okay? Now, P and Q are given, find the midpoint. I think so there is no problem to find the midpoint. Gradient of PQ, okay, for gradient I think so we should find the gradient, because the third part we need the gradient of this line PQ. Gradient of PQ. Formula is y2 minus y1 over x2 minus x1. 4 minus 2 is plus 2. 3 minus 0. This is 6 upon 3, and this is coming 2 is a gradient, is like this. Okay, positive gradient is always like this, and negative gradient is always like this line. Okay, gradient is given. Third part, the equation of the line, find the equation of the line parallel to PQ. Okay, this is PQ. The gradient of PQ is 2. There is another line which is parallel to this line. So what's the gradient? When the lines are parallel, gradient will be always same. So the gradient is same and passing through 0, 5. 0 minus 5. So from this part, like part C, what you can observe? What is M? M is 2 because the lines are parallel. And what is C? I told you this, when you have 0, 0, 0, we don't need to find C. C is automatically in the coordinates. C is minus 2. So M is 2 and C is minus 5. So equation will be, just we don't need to find M and C is already given. M is 2 and C is minus 5, and that's we have done. It's a very good example. This is from the November 2000 paper 1 question number 3. Okay, this is the last question of the coordinate geometry. Find the gradient. Okay, this I have discussed with you, that how we find the gradient from the given equation. 5x plus y is equals to 14. Y equals to minus 5x, first write x plus 14, and the gradient is minus 5. The line is like this. Please, this is very important. The gradient is always negative. Yeah, this line. Part B, the point this lies on the straight line. X plus 4y is equals to 36. Whenever the line is passing through this point, I will write x is p and y is 2p is 36. Oh, sorry, x is p. So p plus 6p is equals to 36. This is 4. This is 4. That's why there's no calculation. 4 times 2 is 8. P. That's why it's coming 9 is 36. And P is coming 36 upon 9 is 4. So the value of P is coming 4, and we have done it. This coordinate geometry is basically for the O-level students. CAIE 4024. I have also done some past paper question with excellent example. I think so we don't need to learn more about the coordinate geometry, but I have to also do the past paper question difficult. Thank you so much. I hope this you understood, and when you like my video, please share with your friends, and please press the bell icon so that you can receive my all new videos. And it's very important because I have to do all the topics of O levels and A levels maths. Thank you so much and have a nice day.